Two powerful fighters. So let's get right to it. I know there are members of the media, so many on here who want to ask questions. As soon as we're done, we're going to allow you to ask those questions. Andrew Roberts of Swanson Communications will acknowledge you. All you have to do is hit the raise your hand icon here on the Zoom. He will acknowledge you and you'll be able to ask your question. So let's talk to the fighters here. Let's start with David Benavidez. David, of course, this fight was supposed to jump off back on August 28th. Shortly before the fight, a couple of weeks before the fight or so, you contact COVID. And so obviously the fight gets postponed here for a couple of months. I guess the first question is, how did that affect your training? And will it be an issue come fight night?
Well, it definitely did affect my training, in the beginning of when I first got COVID. But I think what was a little bit good that I was already basically done with that camp. I think it was only 2 weeks left to the fight when I got COVID. So, I only took 3 weeks off, recovered, and back on the fourth week, we're already training. So right now I'm doing 14 rounds of sparring, running 6-7 miles every day. So I feel extremely well. I feel like I'm going to do even better because I'm basically having 2 back-to-back camps. So I don't think I'm going to do even better because I'm basically having 2 back-to-back camps. Feel fast, and I feel like I'm going to do even better. You're going to see the best David Benavidez. I feel like I'm going to do even better because I'm basically having.
Jose, what was that like for you when you see David Benavidez contract COVID, the fight gets postponed? What was that like, and what were your feelings when the fight got postponed? Martin Bader will do the translation for us.
Hola, José. Bueno, la primera pregunta es, ¿cómo te sentiste cuando tan cerca de la pelea tuviste esta postergación y cómo te afectó en tu entrenamiento y en tu planeación?
Bueno, me sentí un poco triste por la salud de Benavidez, porque sé que es un peleador bueno y llegar en esas condiciones a pelear también arriesgaría su vida, ¿no? Pero igual, yo seguí trabajando, seguimos el equipo en el mismo plan de seguir trabajando para llegar en las últimas condiciones, porque sabemos que es una pelea buena y es una pelea que nos va a posicionar ganando a mejores cosas, ¿no? Entonces, seguir trabajando y orando por la vida, es que se mejorara lo más posible para que la pelea se hiciera realidad.
Well, at first when I heard about the postponement, I was a little bit sad, not just because of the fight being postponed, but also because I knew that David, with COVID and everything, I didn't want him to have to risk his life in a potential fight like that. So after that, my training regimen has been normal, and me and my team are working really well, and we're looking forward to a great fight on November 13th.
Mm-hmm. David, back to you now. So what should we expect then on November 13th? Will we see that strong David Benavidez because you're going up against Uzcategui, who is certainly a big puncher?
Yeah, definitely. I'm definitely going to be the same fighter I always am, going in there looking for the knockout, going in there, ripping the body, fast-paced, action-packed fight. This is my biggest fight to this day, and this is what the fans are expecting. So why would I go and try and change my style up? I feel like I want to make a statement. Nobody's ever stopped Uzcategui. It's going to be a hard task to do, but I'm all up for it. That's exactly what I'm going to try to do, and that's what he's going to be trying to do to me too. So it's going to be a great fight, man. I'm very excited. I've been working extremely hard, and now it's an IBF and WBC title eliminator. So the next, this is a big fight for both of us. So I'm excited to go in there and give the fans a great fight.
Jose, when this fight was announced, David did an interview with Ring Magazine, and he said, quote, "I didn't get an A-level opponent that I was looking for. Give me Canelo. Give me Caleb Plant. Give me one of the bigger dogs." Did that upset you when you heard what David had said about you initially when the fight was announced?
Bueno, hace unos meses, José, David hizo una declaración a la prensa en la que dijo: la verdad que no me dieron un oponente de nivel de elite, de nivel A. Yo quiero a Canelo, yo quiero a Caleb Plant. Ahora, considerando eso, ese tipo de declaración te hace enojar. ¿Qué sentimientos te genera que te denominen de esa manera de cara a esta pelea?
No, mira, de verdad no me hace enojar, al contrario, me hace más fuerte y me hace prepararme más a conciencia para que las cosas me salgan bien, ¿no? Pienso que siempre lo he dicho, voy con un rival bueno, pero pues si David me tiene en ese aspecto, pues está bien. Yo pienso que el 13 de noviembre arriba del ring nomás va a estar él y yo, y él se va a dar cuenta que no es un peleador así tan fácil como él piensa, ¿no? Pienso que vamos a dar una guerra arriba del ring, entonces no me siento mal al que digan eso de mí, al contrario, me siento bien porque sigo trabajando para llegar en la mejor condición.
I'm not mad. I'm motivated to become stronger, to work even harder. If David thinks that about me, where I'm not an A-level opponent, that's fine. I'm going to show him in the ring I'm ready for war on November 13th. And I'm going to prove to him that whatever misconceptions he may have about me, we're going to figure it out on the ring, and I'll show the kind of work that I put in and the kind of opponent that I can be.
Jose, let me follow up on that, because when you became a world champion, there were a number of people who said, man, this guy is like the boogeyman at 168. Then you take that loss to Caleb Plant, and all of a sudden people changed. The narrative was, this is just a one-trick pony, a guy who just looks for knockouts, doesn't train as hard as he should. Are you still the guy people should fear at 168?
Bueno, en las 168 libras parece que hubo una sensación, una narrativa pre y post Plant. Antes de Plant te consideraban el coco de la división, el personaje más temido. Ahora, después perdiste la pelea con Plant y de repente la gente decía, ay no, sos alguien que simplemente tiene un arma, que solo buscas knockouts. Y entonces, ¿cómo crees que esa narrativa te puede afectar de acá al 13 de noviembre? ¿Crees que tenían razón o creen que están equivocados?
No, yo siempre he dicho que han estado equivocados, ¿no? Lo que pasó con Plan fue una mala noche, una mala preparación, hicimos las cosas mal y por eso se llegó a eso, ¿no? Yo pienso que fue eso, una mala noche, pero créeme que el 13 de noviembre se van a dar de cuenta que fue una mala noche con Plan, ¿no? Entonces no tengo excusas, así pasó y ya.
Look, people are flat out wrong. What happened with Plant was just a bad night. Yes, we prepared in the wrong way. We weren't ready like we should have been. But on November 13th, people are going to realize that the Plant fight was just one bad night and that we worked extremely hard to come out victorious on November 13th.
David, that then comes to you here. What should we expect when you get into the ring with Uzcategui? Do you feel as if you need a spectacular performance if you're going to get the winner of Plant Canelo?
Yeah, I'm going to just go in there and do the same thing I always do. I'm always looking for a spectacular win. I'm always looking for a spectacular stoppage or a spectacular knockout. I feel like this is just the type of fighter I am. This is the type of way I train as well. I put my heart and soul to a 3-month training camp, and I've been working extremely hard. And even if Canelo or Caleb Plant wasn't on the other side, my main objective is still going in there and giving the fights the best possible fights available, and giving them a great stoppage. That's been my whole plan, this whole training camp. I know Uzcategui is a strong fighter. I know he's a powerful fighter, but he's never been stopped. And, he's never been stopped for a reason. So my main objective is going in there and stopping him. It's not going to be an easy task, but, I definitely want to I feel like I'm the best super middleweight in the division right now. And I would just want to show everybody that, if he's a brawler, I can brawl with the brawlers. He's a boxer, I can box with the boxers, So I have everything it takes to become what it takes to become a champion again. And that's my main objective too, is getting back to the title. So whatever I got to go through, it doesn't matter. I'm going in there trying to knock everybody out.
David, when will we see David Benavidez as a world champion again?
So hopefully after this fight, first things first, we got to take care of business. November 13th, and I'm very excited because hopefully it's going to be sold out. I got all my people there. So it's going to be a great performance then. And then after, when everything goes good, against either Canelo or Caleb Plant, I feel like after this fight, I'm going to become champion again.
Jose, David said he wants to be the first guy to stop you. Will you be the first guy to give David Benavidez his first loss? Will you be the first guy to stop David Benavidez?
Bueno, David dice que quiere ser el primero en detenerte. En tu caso, ¿crees que vos vas a ser el primero en detenerlo, en vencerlo? ¿Cómo te ves?
Mira, yo no te puedo dar un análisis de eso, ¿no? Porque son dos peleadores que le gustan tirar muchos golpes, son dos peleadores fuertes, entonces ese siempre ha sido lo que quiere decir David, ¿no? El 13 de noviembre solamente él y yo somos los que vamos a saber, ¿no? Si yo lo paro a él o él me para a mí, ¿no? Entonces yo pienso que el 13 de noviembre toda la gente se va a dar de cuenta los clases de peleadores que están arriba del ring y que cualquier cosa puede pasar, no, yo no te voy a decir, ¿sabes qué? Lo voy a noquear rápido, ¿sabes qué? No lo voy a noquear o lo voy a parar, no, porque David es un peleador bueno, es un peleador fuerte, es un peleador joven y yo también soy fuerte, tengo la experiencia, voy hacia el frente, buscan los intercambios y esperemos que el 13 de noviembre, pues yo pienso que va a salir ganador, va a ser la gente y que yo siempre lo he dicho, que nos alcen la mano al que vaya mejor preparado y eso es lo que más me interesa a mí, ¿no? Que vaya mejor preparado y haga mejor pelea. Yo no voy por buscar un knockout porque sé que David es un peleador bueno, es un peleador fuerte, está joven, pero yo sé que yo también tengo mis cualidades como para vencerlo o como también sé que David tiene las cualidades como para vencerme. Entonces no hay ninguna presión ni voy a decir algo de más porque somos dos peleadores buenos.
Look, I'm not going to tell you that I'm going to look for a quick knockout or I'm going to stop him or anything like that, because David is a strong, young, talented fighter that's capable of anything, just like I am. And I also provide my own speed, my own talent, my own experience. So in the end, the winners on November 13th are going to be the fans. I can guarantee you that we're going to provide a great fight and people are going to realize the kind of fighters that we are, like David mentioned, the brawlers, the boxers, whatever we decide to do, fans are going to realize on November 13th, and in the end, they're going to enjoy the fight and they're going to be the true winners. And I promise you, I'm going to make the most out of my preparation to give the fans what they deserve and what they are going to have on November 13th here in Phoenix.
I'm going to turn you guys over to members of the media. Before I do that, let's end it with this. I'll start with you, Jose. What do you think is going to happen between Canelo and Caleb Plant? And do you believe the winner of this fight deserves to be the opponent for the winner of that fight?
Ok, dos cosas. Uno, ¿qué pensás que va a pasar el 6 de noviembre entre Caleb Plant y Canelo? Y dos, ¿crees que el ganador de esta pelea entre vos y David merece ser el futuro oponente del ganador de aquella pelea el 6 de noviembre?
Sí, claro, eso es lo que de verdad nos merecemos, tanto David como yo, ¿no? El ganador que ganen los dos, pues, y el ganador de Caleb Plant y Canelo, pues, que nos elija alguno de los dos, no, el ganador. Y entre Plant y Canelo, yo pienso que el Canelo le va a estar ganando y lo va a estar hasta noqueando 8 o 9 rounds.
Well, first of all, I fully believe that the winner of this fight between David and I deserves to fight against the winner of the Canelo Plant fight. No doubt about that. As far as Canelo Plant itself, I think Canelo is going to win, and he may even knock Plant out in 8-9 rounds.
Wow. David, same question to you. What do you think is going to happen in that Canelo Plant fight? And does the winner of this fight deserve to be the opponent for that winner?
Yeah, I definitely feel like whoever wins out of this fight, Uzcategui, deserves a fight. The winner of Caleb Plant and Canelo, we've definitely put the work in. Past fights, I've definitely put the work in. Past fights, both been ex-champions. So I feel like the winner of this fight definitely has to fight the winner of that fight. But as of who wins that fight, I feel like Canelo Alvarez is a little bit more experienced. I think he has more power. I think he's overall a better fighter. So I think Canelo is going to be the one taking the victory on November 6th.
All right. I know there are a number of media members who are on here. I want to get to you guys and ask you questions. Andrew Roberts of Swanson Communications will acknowledge you, members of the media. Just hit raise your hand icon there on the Zoom. He will acknowledge you and you can ask your question. Andrew, I'll pass it over to you.
Thanks very much, Brian. Our first question is going to come from Felipe Corral with Univision Arizona. Felipe, you can go ahead and unmute yourself and ask your question.
Sí, una para cada uno. Gracias. Primero, David, gusto de saludarte. La primera pregunta sería, dices que no te afectaría el haberte infectado con el coronavirus, pero pues hasta no estar arriba del ring, ¿no? O te sientes bien, pero vamos a ver qué sucede una vez que suene la campana. ¿Qué me puedes decir?
No, me siento
David,
muy bien.
Espera que la traduzca a la pregunta. Espera que traduzca la pregunta.
Okay.
The question, sorry, I meant to answer the question before David answers. The question is, do you feel that the COVID that you contracted is going to affect you inside the ring? And David's going to answer in Spanish and I'll translate the answer.
No, pues me siento muy bien, la verdad. Ya tengo varios rounds que he hecho sparring en el gimnasio. Ya subo hasta 13, 14 rounds, corro 5 o 6 millas diarias. So me siento muy bien, no creo que me va a afectar mucho así. Pues tenemos que esperar y a ver cómo me siento, pero la verdad me siento 100% ahorita, so no creo que me va a afectar. I can translate in English too if you want me to.
Yes, please, David, that'd be great.
Well, no, I don't feel like, COVID is really going to affect me in the ring. I think when I got it, it affected me for the first 3 weeks, but I feel like now we've recovered really good. I've been sparring 13, 14 rounds, sparring, running 5, 6, even 7 miles at a time when I run. And, I feel like I know how to work the stamina. I've been here before. So, I don't think it's going to affect me at all, especially the type of magnitude of fight this is. So, I'm not even worried about the stamina right now. I'll put the work in, so I'm just ready to go.
Una para José, si se puede. José, una preguntita para ti. La pelea se está vendiendo como una pelea de eliminación por parte de la federación y también del CMB, pero pues la historia dice de que no se hace lo que dicen los organismos o los promotores, sino que en este caso el que manda es Canelo, no es un secreto, el que manda es Canelo. Él puede dejar títulos, él puede escoger rivales como lo ha venido haciendo últimamente. ¿Qué opinas al respecto?
Bueno, sí, para nadie es un secreto eso, ¿no? Sabemos que los organismos ahorita están haciendo lo que dice el Canelo y pues yo pienso que es el peleador que está dando mejores cosas, ¿no? Entonces, lo importante aquí es que él se fije también en que tanto Benavidez como yo estamos buscando la oportunidad de pelear con peleadores buenos y el élite como lo es él, ¿no? Porque sabemos que es el peleador élite y el peleador con el que uno quiere pelear, ¿no? Y esperemos que el ganador, pues, él le dé la oportunidad de pelear, ¿no?
Perfecto, gracias.
Gracias, Felipe. Thank you, Felipe. Felipe's question for Jose was about the fact that this fight is being billed as an elimination fight, and that traditionally, the organizations will decide who fights who, but in the end, it seems like Canelo is handpicking who fights who. And he wanted to know what Jose thinks about that. Jose said that since Canelo is a really good fighter, he is an elite boxer and someone that's doing really good things right now, and that he hopes that when Canelo considers the fight, that both David and Jose are really good fighters looking to fight against the best of the best in their division. So that, they should deserve the opportunity to fight Canelo if and when he wins against Plant.
Great. Thanks very much, Felipe. Our next question is going to come from Keith Idek. Keith, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Yes, my first question is for David. David, glad you're doing better, obviously. I'm wondering, Brian Custer had Canelo on his podcast, and they have like a rapid-fire question and answer session at the end. And he said, Charlo or Benavidez? He very quickly responded Charlo. So my question to you is, you win this fight against Uzcategui the week after, assuming Canelo beats Plant as you think he will. Do you think that Canelo will fight you next or that he will go in a different direction?
I don't see why he would go in a different direction. I feel like a lot of people are putting pressure already. I feel like this is right here, this fight for the WBC and IBF title eliminator, the winner of this fight has to fight Canelo definitely. It's because it's not only because what the people want to see, it's because we earned the right. This is my second title eliminator. My last one was with Ronald Ellis. So, if you fight 2 back-to-back title eliminators, I feel like they have to give you the opportunity no matter what they wanted to do. I feel like if he does have different things he wants to do, I feel like, like the WBC, when I win this fight again, it's the second title eliminator. So, they can't, just skip me like that. But, sometimes things happen and, you don't know what – I mean, there's really nothing much you can do with it. But, I mean, I'm going to be ready. My main objective is fighting, winning the fights, and that's what it is.
So maybe just to clarify, David, maybe you're more certain that you're going to fight for the WBC title next, though maybe not against Canelo?
I mean, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If it's the WBC title eliminator and IBF title eliminator, so the winners of Caleb Plant, Canelo Alvarez, they both have those belts. So whoever else is holding those belts, that's who we have the right to fight. That's why they have title eliminators.
Great. Thank you, David. I just have one question for Jose. Jose, you said earlier that you think that Caleb Plant will not be able to beat Canelo Alvarez, having been in the ring with Caleb Plant for 12 rounds. I'm just wondering why you think that he's incapable of winning that fight.
José, estuviste en el ring con Plant por 12 rounds. ¿Por qué crees que él no será capaz de vencer a Canelo y, como vos dijiste, que va a caer a la lona después de 8 o 9 rounds?
Pienso que Plant no está lo suficientemente fuerte como para soportar 12 rounds con el Canelo. Sabemos que el Canelo viene del mejor momento de su carrera y pienso que está muy fuerte, y Plant no se ha enfrentado después de que me ganó a mí a otro peleador tan fuerte como yo, y bueno, ahorita enfrentar al Canelo es el reto más duro de su carrera, y por eso pienso que no va a durar los 12 rounds parados con el Canelo.
The bottom line is that I don't think Plant is strong enough right now to last 12 rounds inside the ring against Canelo. Look at how he hasn't fought against someone as strong as I was since he fought me. So in the end, I think that Canelo is going through an outstanding moment right now in his career, and that Plant really doesn't stack up to his level when it comes to fighting against Canelo.
All right. Thanks very much, Keith. Our next question is going to come from Norm Fraunheim with 15 rounds. Norm, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, David. How are you doing? You hear me?
What's up, brother?
Hey, you mentioned you had basically 2 camps back to back. How long was it before you could go back to training?
Well, the first camp we had was 3 months, and then I caught COVID 2 weeks before the fight. So I took about 3 weeks off. I didn't really want to take too much time off. And on the 4th week, we started running and stuff. So basically only 3 weeks that we took off.
Only 3 weeks. Were the symptoms severe? Did you feel them badly, or?
Yeah, the symptoms were really severe for the first week. It started getting better in the second week. But like I said, I feel like we recovered really good. We're drinking a lot of Pedialyte, and I think that helped me a lot. When I first started running in the 4th week, I did feel a little bit out of breath. But, we just kept pushing it. I just tried to think, this is obviously going to happen. I caught COVID, so I just got to keep working and pushing through it. And, fast forward to now, when I first got here to Los Angeles, we're sparring with Gabriel Rosado, or we're still sparring with Gabriel Rosado, Diego Pacheco. We had a lot of great sparring sessions. We still have 3 weeks to go, and I've already reached 14 rounds. My highest round session was 14 rounds. So I feel like if we still keep pushing that, do another 14 round sparring session, I feel like everything will be good. And I'm not even thinking about the stamina right now. So everything is going perfect right now.
Well, that's good to hear. And your family came through it all right? No?
Yeah. Well, first when I got COVID, I had a quarantine from everybody for 3 weeks. But then after that, everything's been good. Everybody around me is good. Everybody's vaccinated. So everything, the risk of COVID again is a very low risk.
Were you vaccinated when you tested positive or not?
No, my doctor advised me not to get vaccinated because they said you can't get vaccinated until 3 months after you get COVID, because if you do put the vaccine in, you could get even worse. So I'm going to get vaccinated right after the fight.
All right. Thanks very much, Norm. Our next question is going to come from Michael Rueda with Fighters Voice. Michael, please unmute yourself and you can ask your question.
Yeah, I'm not with the Fighters Voice. Sorry about that. It's 26 Sports, but
thanks. Sorry.
No problem. Let me go start out with David. David, as you said, you had the long camps, but you're feeling better now. Again, this fight is in your hometown. I asked you before. Now that it's been pushed back, and you have more time to prepare for this fight, how much more, excited? And obviously, I'm pretty sure the nerves and the anxiety of being at home have left you, right?
No, I'm very excited. There's no anxiety at all. I haven't lived in Phoenix for a long time, but obviously it's my hometown, so I have a lot of fans there. It's really my base, where all my fans are at. But since I got used to moving around, I've lived in Vegas, I lived in California, Oregon, Seattle. I've kind of learned how to, just put the nerves away, and every place I get to is like my new home. So now I'm going back to Phoenix, Arizona, I feel like there's no nerves at all. I just feel very excited. I've worked very hard for this fight. I know it's going to be a great fight. I know it's going to be a great card as well. My brother, Jose Benavidez, is fighting on the co-main event. So I know a lot of people are excited, and I put my heart and I put my soul into this training camp, and it's going to be an amazing fight, man. I'm very excited, just to be able to, being from Phoenix, Arizona, and being able to go back. Now I'm fighting at the Phoenix Suns Arena. It's really a dream come true, and I've worked extremely hard for this fight, and it's going to be a great night of boxing in Phoenix, Arizona on November 13th.
All right, and the last question for you. You did mention you want to be the first to stop Jose. If you're unable to stop him, would that be a disappointment to you at all, or are you just really focused on making sure you get that win and getting that bigger fight?
No, it won't be disappointing at all. I know it's going to be a hard task to do because nobody's never done it, and I know he's a strong fighter, but the plan still stays the same. If I can't get the stoppage, then I want to get a clear victory. I want to get a very clear victory, and I've been working. I got a good game plan, and I've been working a lot of different styles. So it's either I get a stoppage or a clear victory, or we just go all out war, and give the fans a great fight, So I know this is not going to be an easy fight. I know it's going to be a very hard fight, but this is the type of fighter I want to be. I want to be the person that gets the hard fights, but still, gets these victories. So like I said, I'm very excited.
All right, thanks very much, Michael. Our next question is going to come from Cole Whiston with Boxing World Weekly. Cole, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, thanks, guys. First question, I'll go to Jose on this one. You've been in some big fights in your career, obviously, and while this one isn't necessarily for a world title, it still feels like it might be one final shot for you. Do you feel that way?
Estuviste en peleas muy importantes durante tu carrera, peleas que han sido por el título, que han sido importantes. Ahora, ¿crees que esta es tu última oportunidad para pelear por el título, para tener algo de distinción?
No, claro que no. Todavía yo pienso que según el resultado del 13 de noviembre seguiré mi carrera. No tengo por qué pensar de esa manera en que es mi última oportunidad. Tengo más oportunidades. Todo lo que pueda pasar arriba del ring, que sea. Y yo sé que lo que pase voy a seguir adelante. No me voy a decaer por si pierdo o por si pasa algo, ¿no? Porque pues todavía estoy joven y todavía quiero conquistar otras cosas.
Absolutely not. This is not my last shot. Whatever happens on November 13th, win or lose, my career will go on. I'm still young, and I plan to accomplish many more things, regardless of what happens here in Phoenix on November 13th.
Awesome. And for David, you just mentioned about how you're fighting on the same card as your brother again. How does it feel this time that the roles are, reversed? You're the main event attraction this time.
Feels really good, man. Like I said, it's honestly like a dream come true. The last time we fought in the same card together, it was before when the Footprint Center was called the U.S. Airways Center. So just to be fighting in the same place, but not like you said, the roles are reversed. It feels really good. It's been a long road. It's been a wild road. To where I'm at right now, and just seeing that I still have my brother there, fighting with me, and we're still going strong. We're still in the getting to the best parts of our career. It's a dream come true and a blessing. So I'm very excited, and I'm very proud of everything I've done, but we still got a long way to go.
Thanks very much, Cole. Our last question is going to come from Jim Conlon. Jim, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hi, David. David, did you change sparring partners for this fight, or is it the same sparring partners as normal?
Yeah, it was the same sparring partners, and I was working with Diego Pacheco, a couple other guys from the gym. But the one sparring partner that I just started working with too is Gabriel Rosado. You know, he has a big fight. He fights on the same day as me, and you know, he reached out to get some sparring, and you know, I've been liking the sparring with him. You know, he's a warrior, and he gives it all out in the ring too. So I feel like that's, you know, Uzcategui is going to be the exact same way. You know, he gives it all out in the ring. You know, you have to be on your heels on every moment because, you know, any moment could be a crucial moment. So I feel like getting prepared with another high level fighter like that, you know, it's a great addition to my training. And like I said, yeah, I'm still looking for other guys. I think maybe Bivol is going to be coming and sparring with me too, so we'll see. But I'm still looking for the best sparring. Either way, I enjoy every minute of sparring, and I enjoy training every day. So I'm very excited. Like I said, I've been working extremely hard for this fight, and this is going to be one of the biggest fights in my career up to date. So, you know, I just can't wait to show out and perform on November 13th.
Great. Thanks, Jim. Thanks to all the press that joined us today, and I'll turn it back over to Brian to wrap it up.
Okay, Andrew, thank you very much. Martine, want to thank you. Guys, listen, this is going to be an all-action fight. Let's wrap it up with this. Martine, if you could just tell Jose, give us a final statement. What should we expect when he gets in the ring November 13th?
Una declaración final, José, por favor, de qué deberíamos esperar nosotros como aficionados de la pelea del 13 de noviembre.
Que esperen la mejor pelea del año. Pienso que va a ser la mejor pelea del año. Para terminar el año va a ser la mejor pelea del año. Eso lo tengo muy claro. Sé que va a ser una guerra. Y bueno, que gane el mejor, tanto David como yo, pero que sé que va a ser una guerra.
Fans can expect the best fight of the year. I can tell you that. And they can expect a war between David and I. I know it's going to be tough as hell, but it's going to be a really entertaining fight that fans are going to love. And we are going to put on a show for them.
David, you're fighting in your hometown, man. What should those hometown people expect when they come out to their arena? What should people expect when they turn on Showtime Championship Boxing?
You know, I'm very excited because I'm expecting the exact same thing. Every time I go to sleep at night, I'm thinking in my head it's going to be war and may the best man win. But I'm going in there, I'm looking for the knockout. And if I got to go through a war to get the knockout, that's exactly what's going to happen.
Folks, you do not want to miss it. It all goes down on Saturday, November 13th. David Benavidez taking on José Uzcátegui. It will be a triple header of fights that comes your way on Showtime Championship Boxing from Phoenix, Arizona. The unbeaten David Benavidez, a former world champion, two-time world champion, and José Uzcátegui, a former world champion in himself, an all-action fight. Gentlemen, best of luck to you. Can't wait to see you on November 13th. Everyone, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you November 13th.